Hi.
In the car.
Guess what we saw? Well,
I'm back.
We can see the you can see the title of the video. So it's Maleficent. Catching it a little late, but Christina's already seen it, so...
I went to well, it wasn't technically midnight, it was 10 p.m. premiere.
Close enough.
She was spoiler giggling the entire movie.
It was funny!
It was surprisingly comedic at times.
Maleficent specifically is going to be surprised when he sees me say this, but I actually liked this movie.
Yeah.
A lot, actually.
Yeah, your standards are unreasonably high with things, but this was a good movie. I was surprised.
And this is coming from someone who doesn't hate, but doesn't particularly like Angelina Jolie, and I'm thoroughly impressed.
It was definitely a tour de force from her.
It was. If you really, really, absolutely adore the ballet, the original fairy tale, or the Disney version, I would probably take this with a grain of salt or stay away from it. If you're okay with readaptations,
it's basically the Wicked of Sleeping Beauty.
It is the Wicked of Sleeping Beauty, and it's wonderfully done. They don't take themselves super seriously.
Except for that one scene.
Yeah. But it's a fun film, and it's really decently acted, if not outright well acted. Some of the accents bothered me a little.
Yeah, I could tell that some of them were putting on accents.
That Scottish was
pretty not Scottish.
Yeah. Apparently the guy was from Sons of Anarchy or something like that.
Oh, that motorcycle show on FX?
Yeah.
I want to know the original king, the one who died. I've seen him somewhere.
Yeah, he looked really familiar.
Name.
King Henry. We'll have to IMDb it.
Or Wikipedia or Google.
DB.
IMDb, not BD?
Whichever. I prefer Wikipedia personally.
Well, we'll have to look it up.
Oh,
but yeah.
no, it is DB. It's Internet Movie Database. That's what it's.
Nobody cares.
The costumes were beautiful. The CG is gorgeous and really well integrated. I mean, obviously, you know you're looking at CG, but...
Yeah, I love the whole Maleficent commands the forces of nature to go apeshit over everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a Magic the Gathering joke on that, but it was too easy.
There really is something for everyone in this movie. There's a whimsical fairy tale. There's There's really good humor. And then for the guys, there's some pretty kick-ass battle scenes.
And there's not too much of a romance story, so don't worry. You're not going in for mushy,
My
happy...
favorite character of this is easily Diabu.
Diaval.
That. Whatever. The crow person.
Yeah, he's...
I love that guy. Nothing but complaining the entire time.
Whine.
And then it's like
he's Maleficent's foil, and boy, was he a good foil.
Yeah.
And then it's when Aurora's still a child. He's jumping around on the table like a dog wanting to play.
One of those kids was actually one of hers. I think when she was the toddler. It's one of Angelina Jolie's.
Oh. Well, aren't most of her kids
one of her adopted children? Or
no,
one
I
of
think one of her real born.
I didn't know she had any of those.
Yeah.
Not that I keep track of that, but...
I saw it in the credits my first go-round. I thought that was nice that she brought one of her kids into the movie.
Well, let's hope she doesn't get the direction of Will Smith and force her kids to be actors.
I was about to say.
It was for 2 minutes and she was playing a toddler.
Yeah, but let's hope that when they grow
that
up...
was probably the one where the little kid comes up and is like, up.
Yes, that's the one I think she is.
Because I was going to say, that was actually really good acting from a 4-year-old.
I thought
and that
3,
explains
but
it.
yeah, you're
it
right.
wasn't
really
acting.
Young kid.
It wasn't acting. It was like, Mommy in weird hat, but Mommy.
Weird hat, but Mommy.
One thing I did find a little off-putting, I felt like it was shot in 3D for some of the CG flying scenes, and we didn't see it in 3D, so it was a little blurry.
It was a little blurry. I almost wish we could have seen this one in 3D. Obviously, I can't, and with your glasses, that's
I prefer
probably...
not to, and Jay just won't cough up the cash for it, and I don't blame him.
I refuse to even consider 3D a thing. It's a waste of money, and it's a stupid gimmick. First off, for people like me and Alex who wear glasses, it's uncomfortable to wear those over these. And if we take our glasses off...
then we can't see.
We can't see shit.
Well, if you guys have a second run theater, their 3D prices, I know our second run theater here where we are, it's not that much money. I would definitely if you're going to see it at a second run, cough up the money to see it in 3D if you can.
Like reasons.
Give me that.
Ow, jerk. There's a scene early on where Maleficent. You can keep it. There's a scene early on where Maleficent gets her fairy wings removed.
Such a dick.
It's a
I
little,
wanted that dude to die.
It's a little squicky, but
It's a little hard to watch.
but you don't actually see anything. So
Because
don't worry.
still kind
they
of
make
rapey.
they make you think at first he's not gonna do anything to her, and then such a dick. Ugh.
It was kind of rapey.
What I
With
did
the whole
like,
poisoning her drink thing. It was.
Roofie colada.
yeah. Well, he probably just gave her wine and she wasn't used to alcohol.
It could be one of those. It's very Gaelic and Celtic rooted fairy mythology. They're weak.
Gaelic.
The fairies in this world are extremely weak to iron, which is very traditionally Gaelic and Irish sort of telling of the fairy mythos. And it's constantly in the story. Like, they don't let you forget it. This is her main weakness, which is the only way the king has a chance of
They
fighting
even
her.
call her a fair folk
Yeah.
at one point, so very Gaelic. And they also reach into the Disney mythos. You see hints of like Ariel, kiss her, kiss the girl.
Oh, okay. The three fairies were...
Absolutely useless.
In the best, funniest way possible, but
The absolute worst. I wouldn't even use them as meat shields. That's how useless they are.
It's a very interesting rewrite of their characters. But,
See, I don't remember that much from Sleeping Beauty, so
I
I don't
didn't
even
see
remember if they were in. I don't even remember if they were competent
they
at
were
all.
very motherly in the original. And they do love Aurora, you do see that, but...
But were they
yeah.
competent?
Yes.
no,
back then?
Yes.
no, they were incompetent.
In the,
Oh, in the
original
original,
animated
yeah,
one,
yeah.
they were quite competent.
I haven't
actually.
seen it, but
So they took
yeah.
them in the entire other direction.
Oh yes, they totally destroyed their characters from the animated one and made them comic relief. But
It
Good
worked.
good comic relief.
and then there are hints
I mean,
of
it still doesn't have
Let's
anything
just-
on Diaboo.
There's
but
a great moment which just kind of sums up their parenting technique. Aurora is like practicing how she's gonna leave them, and is like, she's like speaking to herself in the forest, doing rehearsals of the conversation. Aunties, you've taken very good care of me. Even that time you accidentally fed me spiders.
What the? How? How?
they tried to feed a baby full carrots.
Yeah, it's like, she's hungry. That'll feed her something. She'll
You know,
stop crying.
just so I don't end up
Carrots!
breaking these.
You were laughing at the time, though.
It was
Because
hilarious.
it was so
You
dumb.
move the camera. Center it again. You made it worse.
Oh, I'm sorry. There, is that better?
Yeah, it was Jay's head palming.
I'll do it again.
No, please. I
We
worry
don't-
about how little brains he has left anyway.
Yeah.
And there were also
At least I
hints
didn't drink the
of-
Cajun coffee.
There were also hints of Beauty and the Beast in there.
Really? I didn't see that.
The end scene with the tower and the... Never mind! Anyone who's a Beauty and the Beast fan like myself, you'll see it.
Alright, so they made references to other Disney movies. They're allowed to do that. They're Disney.
I liked that. I liked that they
Which is
definitely
still-
know their canon.
which baffles the hell out of me. A Disney movie I enjoyed that wasn't Pirates of the freaking Caribbean.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Disney made this. This is like...
Dark.
Yeah, it's dark, and it takes one of their most popular princess mythos and just guts it.
I mean, it started out awesome, like really amazing, and then damn did it get dark
Oh
quick.
god, they wasted no time tearing the rug out from under you. Actually, interesting thing I heard about was this is apparently Angelina Jolie's highest grossing movie to date. $500 million it's made so far, and the next closest one was Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I can
Which
see it.
was horrible.
Oh, it was enjoyably
But it was
awful.
funny, and I think that this might be her forte. Humor. She makes a really good straight woman to other people's comedy.
She really does. I mean, and her magic was pretty intense. Like, she's just like, you go to sleep, you float in anti-gravity, we're moving you somewhere else so the plot can happen.
Wait, the plot's not here.
And I did like the effect where her natural magic was gold, like gold poof. But
when she became evil, it was like
her
an
revenge magic.
Yeah.
Her revenge magic
Never
was
mind.
the traditional green that you would have seen in the original animated. She didn't turn into a dragon, but the previews have shown that there is still a dragon, which was quite fun.
That's when the man mode happens for all the guys who go to see it.
Yeah, the ending climax is really well done. Actually, the middle.
I did feel that, considering what the movie is, it did try to go a little too far into the action zone, but it still did it good enough to where it doesn't actually ruin the movie.
Mm-hmm. Although halfway through the middle, you're going, are we going back to the castle again? Just show me Aurora and Maleficent being funny.
Yeah, the snowball fight with mud between everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Maleficent gets hit.
I was actually going to say that. The middle of the movie...
Diavol starts laughing, and then it's just his entire head.
The middle of the movie kind of drags. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's important that they have that time for Maleficent and Aurora to develop their relationship, which it's important to the movie. But the middle of the movie does drag a little.
I love that part. I would see a full movie just about them growing up together, because that's...
Very nice makeup, as you said, on the cheekbones of Angelina Jolie. I saw that in the preview, but
which are in real life here, and now they're just up here.
I don't know if they're just really good contouring, or if she's actually wearing prosthetics.
Or they might have CG'd it subtly after the fact.
No, they'd be prosthetics or contouring, I think. I don't think they'd CG her, but...
Well, they CG'd Green Lantern's entire costume, so...
They
Light bulb
CG'd
suit.
her eyes the entire time, too.
They did do that, yeah. I mean, Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, who played the Mad Hatter?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. His eyes were subtly made larger with CG for that entire movie.
Subtly?
Okay, but it wasn't, like, obvious, aside from the fact that his eyes were ginormous, but you couldn't see, like, the seams of the CG.
Right.
So for little things like that, I think it would have been doable for them to do her cheekbones. Or it might have just been makeup. Either way, it looked great. And I never got tired of her head with those horns walking into frame and being backlit. Those horns were just so cool looking.
They were really, really gorgeous.
And when she was going into the castle for the first time to curse baby Aurora, her shadow against the wall was actually kind of intimidating.
Yeah, no, that whole scene was just like, whoa, that was intense. Which is kind of why the middle felt a little weird, because it, like, the whole middle is just light and airy, but then the beginning and the end are really intense. But it is a happy ending, so...
It's Disney, and it's based off of a fairy tale. Of course there's a happy
and parents
ending.
die. Because Disney.
To be fair, in fairy tales, parents die too.
Yeah, but boy, has Disney does that in their non-fairy tales. They do that in their lame, kitschy 90s action movies that they had. Live action ones.
Good point.
But, yeah, no, this is a good movie. Go see it.
Seriously.
It's not going to change your life or anything, but you won't regret seeing it. That's
and it's
for sure.
only an hour and 38 minutes, so
Which
it's
we
not
were
the
also
longest
surprised
film.
by.
It's a relatively short movie.
It is. And you will not be the only adults without kids if you don't have kids to take to it. There are plenty of adults who are just going because they either love Disney, they love Angelina Jolie, they love films like this, or a combination of all the factors. You don't need kids to go see it.
But we got the late showing, so it was like us and 4 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll do previews, because our recommendation is just go see it. We don't want to spoil it.
Right.
Well,
So-
except for the fact that they really did an amazing job making Maleficent, when she flies into the sky, look almost archangel-like.
Well,
Yeah,
that's in the commercial, so no
but
spoilers
it's totally intentional. There's no, like, subtlety there.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, it's just for
subtlety.
me, who really doesn't remember much of Sleeping Beauty, I still remember Maleficent being a very evil to the core person. And to just see her with that backlight, literally appearing archangel-like, like straight out of a Bible page. It was interesting.
Alright, so we got here a list of the previews. We got 6 previews. It was ridiculous. I mean, the last time I went to... Yeah, you've got 6 here. Oh, no, okay, 5.
I have 5.
Okay, yeah, okay. One is Disney Cinderella, which the preview for that is useless. It's
Two
just
of them
the
were
shoe.
Disney. Yeah, the shoe. If there are any Downton Abbey fans, rumor, and by rumor I mean mostly substantiated rumor, says that the girl playing Cousin Rose is going to be Cinderella. So look her up.
But
She's
the preview
gorgeous.
gave us no indication of what the movie.
It's
Maybe.
coming out March of next year.
Yeah. So, but it seems like it might be trying to do the whole Maleficent thing in terms of like, let's reboot it, do a different take on it. I don't
Actually,
think.
no.
I don't think
they're
it'll
gonna
go
be
as
pulling
dark.
it straight.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as dark. I think Maleficent's going to be the outlier. in that case.
Supposedly,
Well,
they're
how do
actually
you make
pulling
Cinderella
it
dark?
straight. The
How do
Grimm
you-
version.
Yeah, the Grimm version of
Wait,
it.
what?
Grimm's fairy tales. Don't read them.
Yeah.
They're dark.
They're nightmare-inducing dark.
And they were kids' stories
You
in their
forget
day.
who you're talking to. Nightmare-inducing does not work on this.
I'll lend you the book.
Okay, so the first one we have is
Immune to fear.
What we have here is If I Stay, aka The Fault in Our Stars with less advertising revenue. It's the story of a girl.
And Yo-Yo Ma and Sallow.
Yeah. So The Fault in Our Stars, except lose the cancer and add cellos.
And car accident.
Yeah, I'm not saying it looks bad or anything. It looked maudlin and it's like, oh, please wake up. And like she's got the whole phantom herd looking at all the people telling her to wake up and dead parents.
It seemed too bland for me.
It's your basic teenage weepy. If you liked Fault in Our Stars, go see it.
Yeah. It certainly could be your thing, but it ain't our thing. Next we had It's a Hard Knock Life for Us. It's a hard...
It was a good musical. They've updated it from what we could see. They've updated it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of
I'm holding
fun.
a phone here. Don't throw things.
Never again.
And
I like that stuff.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
It's the reworking of Annie into a modern perspective with black people.
I don't know what it is about Jamie Foxx, but it's like I like him, then I find him obnoxiously annoying, then I like him, then I hate him.
You'll like him in this.
It's a constant circle with this guy. It's like, where is the... Which isn't necessarily bad because eventually consistency becomes more annoying than anything else, but...
So
Just
Annie
Jamie Foxx
looks
is weird like
looks
that.
like it could be good, but it also could be awful. Like the
God has a
preview-
path for everyone, and your path is away from this car.
Oh, that was Cameron Diaz.
That was Cameron Diaz. She's playing Miss... I can't
Um,
remember her name.
I've never actually seen the original Annie. I
I've
know
seen
it by
the original,
reputation.
I've seen the sequel, I've actually seen a version of the stage production twice, once when I was a kid, and I've heard parts of the radio play.
I mostly just know that Hard Knock Life song, and I love that song.
It's
You
fun.
see, you guys say Annie, and I keep thinking Shirley Temple.
Yeah, Shirley Temple did do an Annie, didn't she?
Maybe back in the 30s.
Yeah,
but-
back in the day, she did do a
I'm
Shirley
not
Temple.
thinking of that version. I'm thinking like the 80s version.
Yeah,
with the
I'm
red
thinking
kid.
the 80s version too, but I think Shirley Temple, she either did Annie or she did something very, very similar to Annie.
I'm
Well,
24.
Curly top, maybe.
Maybe, but it certainly would have been right up her
I'm
alley.
24. How do I even know who the hell Shirley Temple is?
Because she was amazing.
I haven't even seen a single thing she did. Okay, the next one we have is The Book of Life. Okay, this one is an animated movie about a matador who gets killed by some weird curse and then
Basically,
he gets thrown into this weird
it's supposed to be a
Day of
movie
the
about...
Cinco de Mayo themed afterlife.
Think Corpse Bride, but with Cinco de... Well, not Cinco de Mayo, more like the Day of the Dead.
That is Cinco de Mayo.
No,
No.
two different things.
Oh, it isn't?
Yeah, two
okay,
different
so
things.
Day of the, okay, so yeah, Day
It's
of the
the crazy-
the skulls, the fancy bright skulls.
It's the crazy
The Day of
Mexican
the
dead
Dead.
people Christmas.
Day of the Dead.
So it's
Christmas.
Day of the Dead meets Corpse
sounded so
Bride.
It
bad.
really did seem like the corpse ride. Now, one thing that I did find it a little interesting about the animation that was visible is even when they're alive, they're like wooden puppets.
Yes, they look like puppets.
Like intentionally, sort of like how the Lego movie intentionally made them Legos. Like that was just the style they were going.
It's called the Lego Movie. I'm pretty sure people would be disappointed if it wasn't like
that.
But
I can't honestly comment much on how the movie's gonna be. It didn't, like, the trailer didn't really make me laugh that much, and it didn't look like it's gonna be that creative a story. But holy hell, did the animation look good! I'm probably gonna see that just for the animation, because that looked really awesome. Like, it looks like great
I know it's
candy.
unfair to say this, but it's got Channing Tatum's name on it, so...
Yes, but he's the bad guy.
Yes, but the rest of the voice cast sounded good. It's got Zoe Saldana and the...
Is she from,
well, I mean, it's like, I have
Modern
nothing.
Family or something?
No, she was the Star Trek, and she's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which character? The black
Green
one?
Girl.
Oh, she was the green girl in the first rebooted Star Trek?
No, she was Uhura in the Star Trek.
She's
the
gonna be the
girl
Green
in
Girl in
Guardians of the Galaxy, which is completely ironic, and I love it.
Actually, yeah, that is pretty funny. It's like, you get to play the green girl that Kirk doesn't bang.
It's like, I have nothing against Channing Tatum. It's just since learning that he's going to be Gambit, I've become
Yeah.
seriously
Which
judgmental
Christina
of him.
is really excited about, so you're just not going to get...
Excited! I am furious, but that is a conversation for another day, so I am
She's
restraining myself.
openly furious. I'm actually keeping that restrained on my part.
I am tempted to send Marvel about a dozen very angry emails, so...
Oh, no,
Angry
that's not,
emails.
that's
I'm
not
sending
Mar-
them live hand
That's
grenades.
not Marvel. Marvel doesn't have the rights to the...
Fox.
yeah,
Fine. And he was joking. For the record, say you were joking.
No.
He was joking. Moving on.
the last one we've got here is Big Hero 6. It's
which is also Disney.
also animated, and it boasted that it was from the Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph people, and I was like, Frozen? The animators of Frozen, they're like available now? Because I think they need a rest. Frozen didn't come out that long ago.
Wreck-It Ralph I enjoyed. I saw a good portion of Frozen, decided that I didn't really care for it.
But it certainly wasn't a bad movie by any stretch.
I have seen much far worse, but Big Hero 6 actually looked interesting in a childish humor kind of way.
Yeah, it was going for like this boy's got his own personal robot that he turns into a superhero kind of thing. I didn't think the trailer
It
was...
looked more like fighting robots to me, and he was
Yeah.
building... It looks like it's a lot more Wreck-It Ralph than Frozen.
Yeah. It's definitely an animated movie for boys, as best I can tell from the trailer. But the trailer didn't seem to actually be like scenes from the movie. It was more like one of those pre-established ones that kind of set the mood rather than... So we have no idea what the plot is. But it was pretty funny, actually, because the robot he had was like made of inflated balloons.
Basically imagine the giant marshmallow statue from Ghostbusters,
Well,
just
quite a bit smaller.
without the,
Terrifying face.
all it has is eyes, and it's like adult size.
And then try and put armor on it.
Yeah.
It's like super fat, so he has to force the armor on, and when he finally does, he tells it to flex, and like all the armor just pops out. Miraculously, not a single piece hits him.
Well, that's just...
But
movie
then the
magic.
robot just like looks at the ground, sees a soccer ball, and just like bends down trying to grab it.
And
but
kicks it away
his
by
chubby
accident.
legs keeps kicking it, and he's just following it.
So it doesn't seem that bright either. So, I mean, Big Hero 6...
But
looked
again,
like
a
it could
childish humor kind of way.
be... Yeah, it looked like it could be good, but hard to call because we have no idea what the plot is, and they could go somewhere really stupid with it.
I think it's coming
Which
out
Disney-
in November or something.
They should
so-
totally... You know what they should get? They should get the guy who directed The Incredibles on that.
You know, I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like the... What the hell is wrong with you?
Just
But,
saying.
okay, we
But
don't...
I liked this movie,
Okay, you did like this movie.
and I was super impressed with the X-Men movie, which you still need to go see, and I'm going to go see it with you.
Only if you go see How to Train Your Dragon with me.
No.
Well, then I ain't seen the X-Men since I have no interest in seeing that.
One more thing I will
I
say.
refuse to watch that damn Dragon
If
movie.
you didn't like Frozen very much, this movie does Frozen way better than Frozen, and it's really...
And
The
it's not
whole
even the same movie.
The whole, girl sisterly love.
Yeah, and it
theme.
works. in this movie.
Because
so,
Angelina Jolie can act up a storm when you point the camera at her.
And she is acting really well. This isn't her taking her paycheck and saying fine and phoning in a performance. She actually is acting.
I actually really liked the whole True Love's Kiss thing because the prince... well, spoilers.
Spoiler, man.
Shut up!
Yeah. But it's been out for a couple weeks, and I'm pretty sure the internet has... Oh, well, spoilers, just in case.
Okay, spoiler corner, since we've talked about the trailers.
So if you haven't seen it, stop watching now.
And just go see it, because this is our recommendation.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you still watching Go See this movie?
Unless it's like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, good point.
Go and break into the theater, start the projectors, and watch this damn movie. Free concessions while you're there. Just get out before the cops show
The
up.
concession stand was closed. I wanted them to give me a blue icy, but they're like, no.
You have any idea how easy popcorn machines are to work?
They close at like 11.
I know, I was disappointed. Okay, but so spoiler corner on the True Love's Kiss, you were saying?
It's like they get the prince to go do it. Neither Maleficent nor the king believe that true love exists, which is
From
understandable
their point of view,
considering
totally
what they did. But they get the prince to come in, try. He fails.
Because they met once.
And thank goodness, because
That
Love
would
at first
have
sight,
ruined the movie.
yes.
Then Maleficent goes up, doesn't ask Aurora to forgive her, but still apologizes.
For the curse, because at this point she feels
Wants
like
to take everything back.
She tried to take her curse back, but...
The curse is like, no, this is happening. The movie demands that it happens.
Actually, the scene where the curse forces her to touch a spinning needle, even though every single spinning wheel in the kingdom was burned and locked in the basement.
The curse forced one to reform. The curse is like, this plot is happening.
That is something that made no sense in the animated movie.
Yeah,
and yet
why the
now,
hell did they not get rid of all the spinning needles?
They did, but now
And
it
it didn't
explains
work.
the magic forced it to work.
But Angelina Jolie goes in, actually kisses Aurora on the forehead, turns around, believing that everything is done, and then she wakes up. Which leads me to believe it was it a combination of both, or was it like an actual mother-like figure thing?
It was
here?
all Angelina. There's no way that prince loved her. Actually, the whole time the prince is like being egged on to kiss her, I'm like, dude, you met her once and she's asleep. Creepy.
I think what Brandon meant was the more combination of Aurora's love for the woman who she thinks is her godmother, too.
Oh, okay.
She might as well have been.
Yeah, she
Those
might
three
as well
fairies
have
were
been.
horrible caretakers.
Actually, I kind of felt sorry for
Not
her.
only did they accidentally feed, not accidentally, there's no way you make that mistake. Not only did they feed her spiders, they ignored her while she was walking towards a freaking cliff.
Yeah,
Thank
they did
goodness
that
for
too.
Maleficent.
You know what?
Seriously?
I really do actually feel bad for the almost not a character Aurora's mother, because she's in like one scene, and then her baby is cursed.
And she has no idea why.
No, she has no idea that it's
None.
because her husband was a dick to this fairy
And her daddy.
and her daddy, and then her baby gets sent off.
Without her consent.
Without
because
her consent,
they
and then the
explicitly say
king goes
the king did it.
insane. The king goes insane and doesn't even talk to her, and then she dies off screen.
He has a conversation with the pair of wings.
Rather than go to
His wife's
wife,
deathbed.
who he probably only married so he could become the king, and it was arranged with the former king he would
But
marry
still,
his
I
daughter.
mean,
But yeah,
That's just like, poor that character we barely knew.
poor queen.
I mean, I'm not saying like, I mean, I guess there's a reason.
She's probably the only person who had less screen time than Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean,
Who literally showed up for probably a combination of what?
like 3 minutes totes.
Not including when they were doing the
Okay, if we
floating
don't include the
puppet
time
act.
if we don't include the time he was no clipped.
Yeah.
If we don't include the no clip mode,
He's
like a
literally
minute
there
and
for
a
like
half.
3 minutes screen time. Although the no clip mode was hilarious.
I thought it was that was pretty funny.
We're just gonna fly him out here, distract the guard, and boom!
Bonk. I did think it was a little odd that Maleficent didn't use much magic when she was sneaking in the castle. But then again, her magic was not exactly
Subtlety.
stealth. Yeah, there's no stealth to magic.
Well, there can be, just not her kind of magic.
No, her magic is vengeance magic.
She also didn't need it. They were letting her in.
They were letting her in. And I do have to question the Room of Iron Thorns. Like, how long did that take to set up?
You king's going crazy, people. Don't you?
I mean, the iron net from the ceiling
That's
made
why
way
they had
more
other
sense.
corridors.
The iron net from the ceiling made way more sense than the room of spikes.
Out of curiosity, how did this guy not get deposed in some sort of bloody coup
I don't know.
a couple years away from the 16th
certainly-
birthday? Because he went mad.
He certainly was a dick to his subjects.
Extremely.
And now poor Aurora has to fix it and can't live in the forest like she wants because
She
now
was
she has to
living
be
in the
queen.
forest.
She's
I'm
not
pretty
going
sure
to live
she's
there.
gonna have to go back to the castle and fix everything.
Well, we're
I'm
also
sure.
equally sure she can come back to the moors whenever she wants.
Yeah, but now she has to live in the palace and fix all the damage her father and grandfather did.
Oh, no, she can just send off, like, Maleficent and other magical creatures to be like, okay, the queen who's living out in the moors because it's much nicer over there says, cut that shit out!
It's pretty and shiny things are everywhere. I want to go there. Shiny things.
I was underwhelmed, but I could see it was very pretty. I wouldn't want to live there myself, but then again, I'm from the modern age. I live on video games.
Yeah, but it was pretty. I would definitely go visit, aside from the whole camping thing.
Best Yellowstone Park trip ever.
And no mosquitoes. It didn't look like there were mosquitoes
no
there.
mosquitoes.
Good.
Okay. We don't have much more to say. It's a good movie. It's not the greatest thing.
Why
in the
are you
world.
still watching this? See the movie, damn it!
Yeah, just go do it.
Go do it. Now. Go!
Bye.
Bye.